Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. On the last Let's Play, we had our final... what is it called again? A session, let's just call it that. And then we went to LineCon, and also some about headphones and arguing. And now we're gonna do...
Experience Pivotal Fragment. Rebels and Revels. Finale.
Now this thing makes me think that at the end of this game, it's going to be like, hey, it's open-ended because there's going to be a sequel. Learn to find beauty in the unknown, rather than fright. We all stand around the hotel room, engrossed in our campaign. Things sure have progressed since we started. I'm really invested.
Well then, you struck a deal with the leader of the Thorns. It seems like they're willing to negotiate things with Isaac.
That was a little fast. I thought we were in a prison cell.
I had to expedite things a bit. And remember, stay in character.
Wow, sure glad we got out of that prison cell. Being locked up with Dante sure is a special kind of torture.
Remember, I'm technically your boss.
I'd reconsider threatening me, Dante. If this deal goes south, you'll all die.
That's an interesting thing about that we're going to have to come back to later.
He's got you there.
What is the nature of this deal, anyway?
Well, it's basically a stalemate right now. We both have enough dirt to ruin each other. So I'm gonna ask them to drop it. A ceasefire, if you will.
And the town square is the best place for that.
Wait, I thought we were gonna bring them in. We have enough info to take down their entire organization.
It's more delicate than that. In a situation like this, it's best to trade discretion. We could take them down, but we can never erase info. Just trust me, all right? And yeah, the town square is the best spot. Too open for an ambush, and we're keeping civilians at a distance.
I'll take your word for it.
I hope they show up this time.
What do you mean?
Last time I arranged a meeting, it didn't go so well. Thankfully, the Monarch had my back.
That was a different kind of meeting, Isaac.
Right. But it's good to have some moral support either way, especially when there's so much on the line.
Also, I remember seeing an image on the internet of that somebody illustrated that, and it looks so sad.
So we just wait?
Yeah,
Oops, sorry.
but by now we're experts at it. Besides, they agreed to show up before nightfall. It lessens the risk of an ambush on either side.
Our group of heroes waits in the town square. Eventually, as time passes, many of you start to lose hope. The window of time for their arrival gets smaller and smaller.
Where are they?
Something must have come up.
No, they'll be here, I promise. If not, then how about we go on the offensive?
Oops, sorry.
You mean take them down like we originally planned?
At least we gave them a chance for peace.
True. Sounds like a plan to me. Been dying to put my sword arm to use again.
True, there hasn't been much fighting since the war. Looks like your arms have gotten a bit smaller, Chiron.
You didn't say that.
Right, of course not. Sorry.
More time passes, and then more. You're about to give up hope. And then... someone approaches from the far side of the square. As promised, they came alone. Just in time, too. Hey, everybody!
Plot twist.
Oh no.
Really? A GM-controlled character?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it is.
I came for Isaac.
You, might want to use less aggressive wording.
Ooh.
The negotiations. I came to resolve this.
Also, everybody has clothes from the previous game. Is that somebody's clothes?
That's better. Did you come alone?
As instructed.
Really?
You calling me a liar? My entire organization is built on the truth.
Just
Tell
be
the
cautious. The townspeople are starting to watch from afar.
Good thing they have nothing to worry about. peaceful negotiations, remember?
Yeah.
A tense atmosphere fills the town square. The slowly setting sun offers lighting to increase the drama. This was a standoff between the two best information brokers in the world.
I'm going to take slow steps toward you now. I promise not to make any sudden movements. In my pocket is a paper that we stole from your quarters. If we were to leak it, we'd have cause to take down the Thorns. I take slow steps toward the leader of the Thorns. I'm going to hand you the paper, and you can leave. Go back to your HQ and destroy all the intel you have on us. After that, remain silent about everything. We won't bother you, and you don't bother us.
How can I believe that, Isaac? Your monarch would let the Thorns roam free?
Yes, Mazeo will always have a criminal underworld. If we took you down, someone else would just rise up.
That shouldn't stop you from, finding its crab.
So why not agree to put aside our differences? Who knows? We might even need each other's help in the future.
Very well. Continue stepping forward.
I keep stepping forward, taking slow, cautious steps. I know that any sudden movement could be seen as an attack. But little did he know, that's exactly what I had planned. When I get close enough, I reach into my pocket. But instead of a paper, I pull out my dagger.
Pull out a gun.
What? Isaac?
I grab the leader of the Thorns, holding them hostage. I press the dagger against their throat in anger.
What are you doing?
As if you don't know. You came alone? Nice joke. I see 2 archers on the roof to the left, and 2 more on the roof to my right. I apply more pressure to his throat with the dagger. My turn to ask, what were you thinking?
Just trying to guarantee my safety.
I don't mean right now. Why did you skip out on our last meeting?
Huh?
Plot twist.
Sweet, he figured it out.
I know who you are. I figured it out in your quarters.
Then perhaps you'd consider showing me mercy.
Not after what you did to me. I've been looking for you my whole life.
Wait, is that?
And that's the big twist. The leader of the Thorns is Isaac's father.
Dun dun dun.
What? Oh, the irony. He abandoned his son to save him from the family business. He didn't want Isaac to live his life surrounded by crime and deception. But in doing so, he only condemned Isaac to that life from the start. In the pursuit of finding his parents, he became the swindler he was today. He embraced the very world that his parents tried to keep him out of.
Wow.
You might not want to watch this.
Wait, Isaac, don't kill him. And whatever happened, you can work it out.
That's a new emote, I think.
No,
Isaac, please. Put the dagger away.
I'm not budging on this one, Dante.
The whole group tries to talk Isaac down, especially when they were under the eyes of several archers.
Isaac, this isn't what we're like. The monarchy doesn't assassinate people.
Yeah.
And consider this my resignation. I run the dagger across his throat, then throw him to the ground.
Isaac, seriously? There's no time to act. The archers let loose in an act of revenge. Isaac tries his best to dodge, but he's shot through the left shoulder.
Oh no! I'm shot!
The thing is, I'm kind of wondering if this is one of those... Basically like in the island or place, desert area of dragons, where we're faking a death. Also, because of his acting.
In that moment, everyone flees from the town square. Arrows rain down upon you, and you try your best to escape unharmed. But one heartbreaking fact is clear. Isaac flees in the other direction, away from his friends. In this moment, he chose revenge over his loyalty to the monarchy.
We did your loyalty mission.
Revenge for his father abandoning him as a child. Revenge for every bad thing that ever happened in his life. It didn't even matter to him that the townspeople watched in shock. To them, they saw the monarchy resort to assassination. They'd never know who that was, or that the Thorns would fall apart. You all escape unharmed, but several questions linger in the air. What would happen to the monarchy next? What would the people think about your cause now? Isaac's actions struck a blow to the integrity of everything. Did he really abandon you after taking his revenge? Was everything that happened worth it? Is your rule in jeopardy? I think those answers we should save for the sequel.
It's gonna be interesting finishing this game, though. I kind of hope it's... Like, I'm running out of time personally, because, like, I've been up and down, and I've been trying to mainline this thing, but still, it's like, it's a lot.
Experience Pivotal Fragment. Rebels and Revels. Aftermath.
Yep. Your failures should inspire you, rather than hold you back. This is new music. You all sat around the table, exchanging satisfied glances. I guess that was the end of our campaign. At least, our little test campaign.
Well, what'd you think?
I'm impressed, but I thought you wanted to avoid a cliffhanger.
No, it wasn't that bad. Besides, we answered a major question, so for me, that's enough resolution.
Yeah, that was a pretty good finale. Definitely fit the tone and style of everything.
Nice little twist at the end, too. I mean, my father was the leader of the Thorns.
Are we at the Icecapades right now? Oh, so this music sounds familiar. Is this a remix of Winds of Change? Because it kind of sounds like it.
I thought I'd triple down on the irony. Gotta feel bad for your character, though.
Well, he did what he had to do. It's like he always does. At least now he has closure on something that haunted him forever.
It's kinda cool how this all lined up with our own world, too. Well, our rebellion took down the Triumvirate, right? They were clearly evil, so we changed the world for the better. But there was a power struggle between us and the Thorns. If we continue the story, I imagine they'd be the first of many.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, exactly. If we treat Argus like the Triumvirate, the result could be the same. Competitors will rise up, taking advantage of the gap in power.
That's the most realistic outcome, yeah. But I imagine in our world, the competition won't be as underhanded.
Corporation, not underhanded?
Or as violent. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Or that. We'll probably just see new companies rise up, each one with their own unique identity and benefits, but they'll all be tied to the system, not just Argus.
Do you think Argus is using the system to their own end?
No.
If they were, it was probably in the name of the greater good. Even I agree that Komorebi requires some level of social control, but not nearly as much as they've led us to believe. They're using fear of the unknown as a weapon.
And it was working, too.
I'm loving all these parallels between real life and our campaign. Makes it seem like Taylor actually took time to plan all this.
Of course I did. Remember, you baited me into doing this. If I let down the storyteller of the group, I'd be crushed.
Yeah, you did a good job. Even connected Isaac's backstory to the overall narrative.
Is there a term for that?
It's just called connecting plot threads. It makes the conclusion a lot more satisfying. Without a strong foundation, everything just falls apart.
And calling them threads is a metaphor, right?
Kinda. You want all your threads to be as strong as possible. We all know what happens when you tug on a loose one.
Everything falls apart.
It's pretty cool when you think about it, right? Isaac is part of a rebellion, just like the characters in our campaign were. And because we've got his back, we're members too.
Us? Agents of Cypher?
Yeah, for longer than we thought.
Sorry for not telling you sooner.
You say we're agents of Cypher, but I'm gonna say we're unwilling accomplices.
That makes it sound so boring. We can help Isaac change the world here.
And if we fail?
We've come too far to fail. If we were gonna lose, it would have been ages ago.
Probably as soon as he applied Chiron's identity to that phone.
Yeah, that was the riskiest part.
You mean whatever you're planning at their HQ isn't risky?
Oh, it definitely is. Just not as much as you'd think. It's been smooth sailing so far, and I aim to keep it that way.
If you say so.
If you're starting to doubt things, just look at the town square.
What about it?
Complete unity. City folk have started feeding and hanging out with the Zeros. Both sides are now part of the protest. And what is Argus doing about it? Nothing. Everyone was worried about stepping in and getting in trouble, but it's not happening. So it's just inspiring more people to help. Our entire journey so far has been filled with worry. Sure, but it was always worry about what could happen. It's never been based on what has happened. And each day that passes, more stuff keeps happening. Our concerns have been put to rest almost every single day. So it's time to start basing our thoughts on reality. We can't let them use fear of the unknown against us. Remember, that's always been their most valuable weapon.
You have a point.
Wow, what a speech. Maybe we should have made you the monarch.
Oh, I'd definitely rock that crowd.
We almost smile as our time with the campaign comes to an end, but with it came striking similarities to our current situation. Similarities that fill me with resolve rather than fear. I remember thinking up some similarities when we first started. But back then, so much was uncertain. It's impressive how far we've come in such a short time. Isaac telling us that about his links to Cypher seemed to unite us even more. I gotta say, being an agent of Cypher sounds pretty awesome. We're going to witness the end of Argus's monopoly and the aftermath. If Cypher is like the rebellion, then they'd rise up after this all ends. If only Dante knew how much irony was behind this statement. Isaac should be the monarch? Well, he technically was. After running Cypher, much like how I ran the rebellion and the monarchy. And, just like me, he was uniquely qualified to take on the task. His entire life has led up to this Sunday. Thankfully, there will be no one I trust more than him. Especially when it came to bringing us a better future. Now, it's said, like, hey, it hinted like you want to do these things before this, especially that, so we'll go do those things. Yeah, alright, check it.
Experience supplemental fragment.
Endgame.
Hey, Dante.
Yeah?
What's gonna happen next?
What do you mean?
Like, after Argus is taken down, I imagine things will be pretty chaotic.
Good question.
It's not about taking Argus down, actually. It's more about ending their monopoly. I listened to a podcast about this the other day. A few social theorists were talking about the future.
Wait, you listen to podcasts?
I'm cultured.
Sounds like you were just bored.
Oh, extremely. But their theories were all solid.
What theories?
Well, right now, Argus's monopoly is pretty unethical. They shouldn't have sole ownership of the system, especially when it's tied to their financial gain. They could easily manipulate things to their own end.
I guess that's true.
Imagine if you were in full control of the site you streamed on. You'd probably use it to give yourself an edge over the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna confirm or deny that.
Well, imagine it worked and you took out the competition. Soon enough, you'd be at the top. Alone, but still at the top.
You mean I'd be the only option?
Yeah.
That'd suck. Competition is a big part of the game. It rewards creativity, risks, and even cooperation. My peers push me to work harder as a creator. In a way, we bring out the full potential of each other.
Exactly. Why should the system be any different? Who says Argus should be our only option?
You mean...
Yeah, I've shown that we don't need Argus. I was able to get Chiron into the system just fine. If more people start to do this, and I don't see the government crushing competitors to satisfy Argus, they'd probably step in to regulate the system and make it work for everybody.
Instead of just for Argus.
Yeah. Then there'd be new companies, price wars, and even innovation. Argus would need a really good reason to keep you with them. Right now, they don't, since you can't go anywhere else.
Monopolies. Or oligopolies.
I see what you're getting at.
Oligopoly? You know.
Companies would surface and start to rival Argus. Everyone would have to stay on their feet and adapt.
As long as Argus doesn't just buy everyone out.
In theory, of course. This was just a roundtable debate.
Is a social theorist even a real thing? I've never heard of that before.
I think so.
As long as we're talking about social theories, what do you think life would be like without Komorebi?
Probably not much different, to be honest. If you wanted a monopoly, I imagine you'd stop at nothing to achieve it. So, even if the path is a little shaken up, the end result would still be the same.
Makes sense to me.
Regardless of the circumstances, people always seek power. We just need to make sure that we give it to the right people. Hopefully, this plays out the way you expect, Isaac.
That's the part that worries me, actually. We won't know if the alternative is better until it's already too late. All we can really do is hope for the best and act with good intentions.
To good intentions, then?
Yeah, to good intentions.
Nothing bad ever came from those.
Experience supplemental fragment. Favorite work.
You mean Taylor's OnlyFans?
Hey, Clace.
Now here's the thing. Usually these things, I think they're all phone-based. Is everyone talking, or are they just using their phones?
What's up?
Do you have a favorite song?
Like, in general, or one that I wrote?
One that you wrote?
I've been thinking about it more, actually. It's probably Priority.
The one that you sang at the party?
Yeah,
Yeah, what was that one about, anyways?
Any reason why?
because I meant everything I said in it.
Do you normally not?
Well, I try not to write about my real-life experiences. Or at the very least, I try not to write about other people.
Wasn't that about, like, somebody using you for sex or something?
But sometimes, an exception has to be made.
Wait, you don't write about other people? I do that with, like, every single character.
Yeah, but your books are fiction, and my songs, people know I'm talking about myself.
So you have to watch what you say?
Not really, I just try to. It's almost like getting a tattoo, you know?
I don't follow.
Well, my songs are going to be a part of me, forever. That means I can't release anything I might regret later.
Oh. I see what you mean.
Yeah, especially when it's about an ex-lover. Wouldn't want to have their name etched into my body. Or in this case, a permanent part of my legacy. So, sometimes it's just better to keep your mouth shut.
But not when it came to Priority.
Yeah, sometimes I value self-empowerment more, especially when listeners could be in a bad situation. My songs speak to a lot of people, you know? Sometimes I think they deserve a good message.
Makes me sound kinda evil.
Why is that?
If you're on his bad side, he puts you in a book and kills you off.
Harsh.
It's cathartic, actually. Writing is a valid way to work through your emotions.
That's definitely true. But hold on. I'm not gonna be in your next book, am I?
Oh, absolutely not. You're on my good side.
I mean, he doesn't have to kill him.
The next one's all about Taylor, actually.
Also, wasn't Ivy put in your book and killed off?
Hey!
Without saying that 25-minute mark, I think that's a good time to call it. So anyways, please comment, cause I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow, and please remember to spay new animals to help control the pit population. And yeah, until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Komorebi. So thanks and see ya.